The pandemic dominated headlines throughout 2020, but another epidemic was well underway. Overdose deaths soared last year in Missouri and Illinois and all across the country. Our Christine Byers talks to treatment experts about how the COVID-19 crisis is hampering the most traditional recovery strategy: group meetings.
Jordan Hampton looked like he had it all. A standout player on his high school team in Farmington, a town where football is king. But after high school, when the Friday night lights no longer shined on him, his demons caught up to him. At 24, he found himself homeless, alone, and addicted to methamphetamine.
This one particular night, I was in a pretty delusional state, and I had sat out on the main street all night long.
He met another recovering addict at a group meeting who became his mentor. Hampton is now managing 11 recovery houses for Assisted Recovery Centers of America. It's given him a front row seat to the rise in overdose deaths, which saw increases across all categories of abuse last year. Opioids saw the biggest spike. Take a look. In 2018, Missouri hit a record with 1,132 deaths. In 2019, that number actually dropped more than 3% to 1,094 deaths. But in 2020, it soared again, and the state had already set a new yearly record in just the first 10 months. The pandemic has pushed meetings online where social cues and body language are almost impossible to read, says Aaron Laxton, Director of Behavioral Health for Assisted Recovery Centers of America.
The meeting often isn't where the most valuable thing is. It's the meeting after the meeting.
However, the movement to online meetings has also eliminated some hurdles.
You can now access, meetings all across the world in 30-minute increments.
Still, Hampton fears the lack of in-person meetings is contributing to feelings of disconnection that are driving overdose deaths.
Treatment looks different, recovery looks different. A lot of things look different now, and going through that adjustment period, I think, is probably why we see some higher numbers than before. I'm hopeful that those numbers decrease drastically years going forward.
Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
The numbers in Illinois were even worse than Missouri and also set a record in 2020. You can find that information with Christine's full story right now on KSDK.com.